Hello everybody and welcome back to This Week in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! News podcast that comes out weekly. I am once again joined by Salads and we're going to talk about all of the news that came out between the 11th of September till the 18th of September. So how's it going, Salad?
It's going good. The weather's back to nice. It was raining a bit, but now it's sunny again. Loving September.
Yeah. Yes, it's not, the weather hasn't been too bad this week. It was quite nice on Saturday. It hasn't been too boiling hot, which I'm quite happy with.
There was a huge thunderstorm last night here, but I was in bed, so it was fine.
Same. Speaking of hot weather, in today's episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about YCS Cancun, which I believe is in Mexico. Is that correct?
It sounds Mexican.
Yeah, sounds. Let's have a little Google, shall we? Cancun. Where's Cancun?
It's not in Canada, is it? It's not in Canada.
Nah, it's Mexico.
Okay.
We had YCS Vancouver last week, right?
It just sounds quite Canadian, doesn't it? Cancun.
Yeah, it begins with a C. It begins with Can. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing.
Also, in regards to the podcast, we'll be talking about the ban list you see in front of you. It's quite short, so that'll be a nice, easy thing to talk about, but it has many implications for the format going forward. And we're also going to talk about, I think I said 14 new cards that have been announced from the last podcast to this podcast. So we're going to have quite a decent amount to talk about this episode, which is always nice.
And this week, except the ban list, I truly have seen nothing because I've not been listening to the group chat.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to start with the ban list, and I know you've seen this because we did discuss it in the group chat.
Impossible to
5
avoid.
cards on here. Yeah, impossible to avoid. It's on every single social media platform if you follow anything regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! So you're going to see it. And, well, we'll start with the most important point. Kashtira Arise Heart has now been forbidden. How do we feel about that?
We can now play the fun Kashtira lists. Finally. Fenrir
What are the fun?
Ogre control, baby.
I have seen a couple of people post lists for what they think Cash is going to look like in the next format, and True Draco is referenced quite a bit. We're just playing Kashtira cards and we're playing Floodgates.
It's incredible.
Which
I thought you meant they were going to play True Draco, and I was like, wow, I'm hand shuffling a set of Super Disciples right now.
No, I don't think so. I mean, imagine, right, if you went, special summon Fenrir, add Fenrir, activate Birth, tribute summon for Masterpiece. I mean, that would be pretty cool.
You thought Arise Heart was bad.
Yeah. Unicorn plus Masterpiece is the new Kashtira combo. But thankfully, Masterpiece isn't back. So we can go on to the limits. We've got Bestial Magnum at 1, as long with Chaos Space, 2 hits to Dragon Link. Magnum also a hit to just generic side decking, and just as a hand trap, it's also been hit. But 2 big Dragon Link hits. How do we feel about that, Sam?
I've never seen 2 limits mean less in any format. Dragon Link, I've never considered a real deck for a start. If it was a real deck, it would have been bad by now. The fact it's like the 6th best deck, 14 formats in a row, you're basically invoked. Chaos Space is a great card, but who cares what you're searching? None of the cards are any good. And Magnum at 1, we're all playing Druid's Web now apparently, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, last week we did see that a lot of players who were playing Bestials were only playing the 1 Magnum and were playing 2 Druid's-Web, or they were just playing 2 Druid's-Web. So this probably doesn't show the end of Bestials in the format in any way, shape or form, but it is interesting that they decided to hit dragons so hard when every other deck seemed to, other than Kashtira, seemed to avoid being touched in any way. I guess they did win Worlds format, and it's not atypical for Konami to hit the Worlds winning list.
Oh, yeah.
I think it happened last year as well, if I remember correctly.
That's true. I forgot they won Worlds because it's an irrelevant tournament.
Oh, exactly.
But, Blue Eyes never got hit, so we can't really use that as a basis.
Oh yes, let's be honest though, they only made the Blue Eyes cards that they actually released for them to win Worlds. So
That is true.
it would have been irrelevant for them to ban them afterwards. Yeah, we'll go into the unlimits here. We've got Herald of the Orange Light and Salamangrate Gazelle. One of these cards is much more important than the other, and that's Salamangrate Gazelle. Obviously, we've had the new Salamangrate supports with Salamangrate Fire and the new Phoenix card, the one that's not Pyro Phoenix. I can never remember the name of it. Salamangreat has been putting up some half-decent results on the regional circuit. I haven't really seen much of them in the YCS tournament results recently. Not to say they're not there. But this is a big boon to the deck, being able to play free Gazelle. Makes the deck so much more consistent. So how do you feel about Gazelle coming back?
I feel like the people who are going to play Salamangreat are now playing Unchained because they're kind of similar style of gameplay. Like one-card combos with loads of hand traps. So, I mean, people who still have their structure deck Gazelles from 5 years ago, whatever it was, they're balling.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Herald of Orange Light, quick comment on that. We're one step back closer. Tier sweep. Hashtag tier 2025.
We are one step closer to those tier 0 lists with Herald Orange Light back. It's odd, because, like, Herald of the Orange Light feels like it should be coming to free from where it was at 2 lists ago. Coming back to free should be a big boom for tier, being able to play through Shifter and other cards like that. But it's just not good enough with only 6 fairies main deck.
So we're not playing enough fairies at this point. Like, what can we play? 3 Diviner and the 4 Ashizu cards. Like,
yeah,
drawing.
Thanks.
I mean, and the 3 copies of itself. That's 10 fairies at that point. There must be
I suppose
there must be a
so.
fairy
It's
hand
just
trap. There must be. Like, I can't name it, but there must be.
I mean, you can play Kurakara as a kaiju-esque sort of card.
Oh yeah.
But like you don't want to herald it away because you want to keep it because it breaks boards better than Herald does. But I guess if you're playing against exactly Shifter, it's an option. I don't think Herald's going to see much play in tier. I have tested it, and I don't know. I just don't think it's good enough.
We haven't got enough Ashizu cards for it to be worth it, I don't think. So the shame.
No. If you're just playing the Ishizus and Diviner, I just don't think it's enough.
But it's nice to have Orange Light back at 3 for the next good fairy deck.
Oh yeah, definitely. But when is that gonna be? Is the question.
Agent's 5th wave of support.
I can't remember the last wave of support, and that only came out like 6 months ago.
They had a link. Don't ask me what it did, but they had a link.
Yeah, is it Pluto?
Yeah, probably.
Question mark. Something like that. We went over a archetype last week, and I think they had some fairies in it. The ritual deck with the Skull Guardian.
Yeah, that's fairies.
I think they had some fairies in it, maybe.
That looked like a fairy deck, and Saphira's.
There's ritual as well, so
Yeah, we love having fairies in hand. Bring back Eva.
yeah, this is probably just a big boon to Drytron, isn't it? Really, I mean, Drytron's pretty much at full power now. I don't think they have any cards on the list anymore.
Eva.
Yeah, Eva's pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, Eva gets your Herald, so.
Yeah, but I think that's the only card that's been hit from when Drytron was the tier 1 deck of the format.
Yeah.
Because Ben 10's at 3 now, right?
But like,
or is it 2?
Ben 10's at 3, I think. I mean, I can't name anything it's been doing, so.
Yeah, probably at 3, right?
I doubt they left it limited this long.
Let us know in the comments.
I have all 6 ritual players rush to type their comment.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think this is everything we need to say about this.
It's a fine list. Like, the things it hits needed hitting. The things it didn't touch, Like,
yeah, just like you can't.
Is anyone really sad about Pearly or Versus Soul or whatever else is in the format? It's like battling boxers.
You really don't know this format at all, do you?
Battling boxers is, that's probably in the format somewhere.
Maybe tier 7.
Let me look along.
Unchained, Labyrinth, those sort of card decks.
The one
up there.
The one thing I would love to see banned that isn't here is Sunseed Genius Loci. I can't do 3 years in a row. Don't let it win Euros again.
Are we talking about the vanilla?
Yeah.
I think if there's going to be a Sun Avalon hit, surely it's going to have to be Aroma Seraphi Jazz.
No, I honestly just if you hit Loci, I don't think the deck's playable.
Probably fucking not. But has a vanilla ever been banned in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't think so. So it'd be kind of cool as well.
We've had plenty of limited. Well, I can't think of any that's been banned.
We've had limited vanilla.
Yeah, the Exodia limbs.
Oh yeah, of course. They don't count. They're not monsters. They're dead cards.
Yeah, exactly. They're still limited to
you gotta do normal summon arm.
Yeah, and I'm going to banish it for Exodia Necros, or whichever one's the banishes a piece from
Yeah, and it's not.
graveyard or field.
I don't know. All,
It's one of them.
all two Exodia players tell us what it is.
We'll go on to our next topic now, and that is new cards.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to start
It's
with Infernoid.
been really hard to avoid these, honestly.
Yes. Me and Dylan have been talking about Infernoids non-stop in the group chat, and you've done very well if you've managed to avoid the text of these cards.
I knew there was a fusion, and that is the best I could do for you.
That's all I wanted to hear. So we've got 4 new Infernoid cards, and they're all pretty good, to be perfectly honest. So we've got 2 monsters, 2 spell traps, or 2 spells, should I say. We'll start with the first extra deck monster. This is Infernoid Evil. It is a level 1 Fire Fiend fusion effect monster with 1100 attack and 1100 defense, and the materials it requires is 2 Infernoid monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can banish 1 Infernoid monster from your graveyard, send Infernoid monsters with different names from each other from your deck to the graveyard equal to the banished monster's level. Second, if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can add 1 Void Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. So what are your thoughts here, Slad?
Activate Imagination, Vanishment, whichever one the fusion is. Send Deviati, plus anything. Mill my entire deck.
Yeah.
Seems good. And then
Yeah, it's pretty good.
search, and then I can see as a link, so link it off. Add a Void Spell or Trap. Add Void Feast. We're off. That's game.
Yep, this card's insane. This card's ridiculous. A lot of people have got confused with this deck, thinking, oh, it sends Infernoid's monsters to add up to the level of the monster you banished. Nope,
Yeah, so
it sends equal to the level.
So that's what I first read it as. I was like, oh, it's like turn 1 Void Feast. No, it's just.
It's banish an Unku, mill 10 Infernoids from your deck.
Am I playing 10 Infernoids with different names? That is the real question. There's about 4 good ones.
In the video I made a couple of days ago, I did play 10 with different names, just to show off that you can. I don't think you do. I think typically you'll probably be banishing Sujet with this, which is a 6, to send 6 different names.
But I can't even name 6 good names. Decatron, Anuku, Deviati.
Well, you don't want to send Deviati because you want to keep those in deck feast. So you're sending Harmaduk, you're sending the 6 Sujet, you're sending Anunku, Deviati, and you're sending the level 8.
Antondel.
Yeah, Atondel.
And then
You can send like
a Sightmas.
another one. Yeah.
That's still a lot of cards I don't want to draw. Which has always been the Infernoid issue.
Well, we could just use them to fusion into evil if we draw them.
What, are we playing Poly?
No, we're playing Void Imagination.
I thought that was sent from deck, wasn't it?
No, so it sends from hand or field, typically. But if your opponent controls a monster special type from the extra deck and you don't, you can use up to 6 materials from deck.
Oh, so it's Shadow Fusion, kind of. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of. So now your imagination can be turned into this, which can then become a bunch of mills.
Okay.
So it's fine to draw a bunch of them, which is really cool. I also want to note that this card says if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can add 1 Void Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. This means you can link it off, as you said, to search for a Void Spell Trap. But on your turn 3, you can use the Infernoid name to banish these to summon to search another one on turn 3.
Oh, because you banish from grave. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's mill 6 and 2 searches.
Oh, I like. There was one thing I saw in the group chat that I think is funny. That this does search Void Trap Hole.
Yes, it does. Me and Dylan were testing it out, and we were like, oh, well, we're going through our entire deck, turn 1. And a lot of the time, Void Feast is like either not live or not live in a way which actually gives you meaningful interruption. So we wanted to play another Void Spell or Trap to be able to search off of this to actually make sure that we could interrupt our opponent. And we were between Void Trap Hole, because it is just a trap hole, and Void Seer, I think it's called, which is basically Forbidden Lance for Infernoid monsters.
Yeah, I know that one. And also it's Graveyard Protection, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like Return of the Dragon.
Both of which are kind of cool. Yeah, because we're now down to only playing 1 Void Feast on our lists at the minute. Because it's just so ridiculously searchable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, sort of like Tri-Brigade Revolt. You only play one, even though it's the best card in your deck.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. We'll go on to a second card here. This is Infernoid Flood. It is a Link 4 Fire Fiend Link effect monster with 3,000 attack, arrows, like Appaloosa. It requires 2+ monsters, including an Infernoid monster. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. 1. If your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster, negate the summon, and if you do, banish those monsters. 2nd, if a card is banished from your graveyard, you can banish 1 card on the field. And 3, if this link summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent, you can special summon 1 Infernoid monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, thoughts on this?
Lair of Darkness players feasting.
Indeed they are.
I like it says if a card is banished. That's kind of cool because the Void Seer, like we said, does have protection. Engrave for some form, and it would trigger off that.
Yeah, it would
If this card links some card in your opponent's control, special Inferno from deck. Cool. Does a Nuku blow up the field if I do that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just if it's special summoned. So Anunku is Heavy Storm and the other one's
Other way around.
Dark Hole. Is it the other way around?
Yeah.
Because one negates spells and one negates monsters.
They negate the thing that they destroy. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Anunku negates spells.
Then
Devyati negates monsters.
They negate the thing they don't do. Then I know Anuka is definitely the Dark Hole because it's 3k.
Okay. Yeah, this is what always confuses me.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were the same, and I think it is different. Yeah, this card's cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. I don't know how you get 4 monsters on board in Infernoid considering the level limits, but
You played the Snake Eye cards. Did we talk about the Snake Eye cards on the podcast, or was that too early?
it was too early. I've read
Okay.
I've read the one spell that came out.
So the Snake Eye cards are essentially, you've got 3 level 1 fire monsters, which all interact with having fire monsters on the board. So Excel searches a level 1 fire monster, so that searches Decatron. It can then send itself and another face-up card to special summon another Snake Eye from the deck. That special summons Oark. Oark is a monster reborn for a level 1 fire monster. So that special summons back your Decatron, which allows you to send another Infernoid cards. And then you can send those to summon their big boss monster. And their big boss monster has the effect that if if it's sent to the graveyard from the field, you can special summon back 2 level 1 fire monsters. You can summon Decatron again. So essentially you use the Snake Eyes just to fill your graveyard, put a bunch of bodies on board, and you can summon Infernoid Flood, which is quite cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're very, very consistent because they have a E-Telly and they have essentially a search spell for that E-Telly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So this card's, I would say, solid 8 out of 10. Solid warning, non-targeting banish if a card's banished from your graveyards, and also floats into either a monster negate, spell negate, / Dark Hole / Heavy Storm.
Yeah, it's a cool boss monster. I like it.
Yeah. The fact I'm only giving it an 8 out of 10 just shows you where Yu-Gi-Oh's at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a bit insane.
We'll go to the next card here. This is Incinerating Purgatory or Void Blaze Up. It'll be Void Blaze Up in the TCG. It is a normal spell card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per duel. The first effect is reveal 1 Infernoid monster or 1 Void spell trap in your hand, discard your entire hand, then draw the same number of cards you discarded. 2. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are fiend monsters, and this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it and target up to 11 of your banished Infernoid monsters with different names, return them to the graveyard. So thoughts on this?
I'm not playing this card.
You're not playing this card?
No.
Why not?
Well, the first effect is bad. I don't know how I get it engrave without you doing the first effect. So I'm not playing this
You
card.
think the first effect's bad?
-1, yeah.
Yeah, it's a -1 in your Infernoid deck, with all your Infernoid cards summoned from the graveyard.
Yeah, but what am I drawing? More Infernoids?
Yeah!
I don't want to draw Infernoids.
Why don't you want to draw Infernoids?
Because-
We're playing Infernoid.
Yeah, and the problem has always been I want to draw the cards that aren't Infernoids.
Yeah, but now we have good Infernoid cards to go into.
Not in the main deck, we
This
don't.
gets into Nah, you're right, but like, I think this card's really solid. Like this card effect is not once per turn. It doesn't discard for cost. You draw the same number as you discard. I don't know. It looks good to me.
Does Magical Mallet look good to you?
No. Do you know why? Because Magical Mallet puts my Infernoids back in the deck so I can redraw them. This puts them in the graveyard, so I definitely can't redraw them.
I think if this card's playable in your deck, then it says something about the quality of your archetype.
Maybe. I don't know. I think this is good. Honestly, I think this is probably a free off.
You enjoy it. Honestly. Treat yourself.
Nah. Imagine, right? We have Deviati in hand. We discard that and 4 other cards, draw 4. We draw into Imagination, we summon Flood, we banish that Deviati, and oh look, our entire deck's in our graveyards, and we're winning the game.
You could achieve the same thing by just drawing Poly instead of this card.
Maybe. But also, right, if we evil and mill all the Infernoids from our deck, then we activate Void Blaze up, we have no Infernoids left to draw, so we're only drawing non-engine.
I mean, that is true. We can draw non-engine after we've already started doing engine things.
Yeah, this card has dual purpose.
Yeah, let me draw the hand traps that I'm definitely playing in my Infernoid deck.
Oh, we might be. Who knows? I'm playing 60, so I can play whatever
the second
I
effect, I like it.
Oh, it's crazy.
But I just, I don't know a good way to get it engraved without going -1, so... And it's once per duel. And
it's
different, and it's different names. Actually, it's getting worse the longer I look at it.
Yeah, but if we get to turn 4 or 5, we've already lost anyway, because they should be dead on turn 3.
Yeah, so we don't need the recycle.
Yeah, we want to recycle once. We want to do once on turn 1 the combo. We want to return them all turn 3 and just do it all again turn 3 to kill.
I guess so.
It's an interesting card. We'll see how it goes. I think it's a free off currently, but I haven't finished tinkering with the deck yet, so who knows? Maybe it goes down to a one-off because it's searchable, like Feast.
That's also true. It's searchable.
Yeah. The next card is Final Barrier of Purgatory, or Void Barrier. Continue with spell cards. You're going to use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Number 1, Infernoid monsters you control gain 100 attack for each of your banished Infernoid monsters. Second, if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are Fiend monsters, you can activate one of these effects. Add one of your banished Infernoid monsters to your hand. Special summon one Infernoid monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So thoughts on this one?
This card's actually cool, because it makes your things even bigger. Because anything bigger than 3k was kind of an issue. Well, not really, because Anuka blew it up, but, Apocalypse Fort Towers was an issue back in the day. And if you control any monsters, I mean, this is all the recycling I feel I need. I like this card a lot better.
You like this card more than you like this
Yeah,
one?
loads more.
So I'm playing this at 3 and I'm playing this at 1.
I want to go back to the last card, because I thought of the reason, the purest reason this card's terrible.
Right.
If you activate this card and want to discard your entire hand, I'm ashing it, and you've bricked. If you want to discard your hand, it means your hand is unplayable.
Well, maybe we play this to bait the ash.
And then what, summon Decatron?
Yeah. Summon Excel.
Yeah, mate.
We're off to the races.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. The spells aren't as good as the monsters, I don't think.
No,
this is interesting. I mean, gaining 100 for each of your banished and thirded monsters, typically that's going to be, what, like 600-700?
I mean, yeah, it's nice. Makes, Cytimus can attack twice, so... Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it helps your OTK, definitely. This is probably just like a one-off you play as an extra search.
Yeah,
I think.
This is searchable as well, so... I'd grab this off for Evil. I'd have a great time grabbing it.
You'd grab this off Evil?
Yeah, I'd have a great time grabbing this off Evil.
I could see that. It's alright. I think I prefer Feast, but...
Yeah, but you just explained to me how Feast is dead at that point, so...
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's what we get Void Trap all, mate. Yeah, that's all the new Inferno cards. What would you rate this support out of 10?
I'd rate the support... I'd rate the extra deck monsters like a 9. I'd rate the spells like a 4. Which brings Infernoids from a solid 2 out of 10 deck to maybe a 3.
I love the maths there. It's like, this support is 6.5 out of 10 on average.
Yeah.
Brings it from a 2 to a 3.
But you're only going to be playing like 5 of these cards total in your 40 card Infernoid deck, and you've got to remember that 30 of those cards are the old Infernoids.
That's true. That is true.
And some of those are solid ones. Some of the old Infernoids are some of the worst cards I've ever read.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I generally think that Infernoid could be a rogue contender when this war comes out.
Well, it's always been one of those decks that like some idiot plays to top 32 because no one's ever read an Infernoid card.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you realize I uploaded a video for Infernoids a couple of days ago. And I don't know if you saw in the group chat, but I got rinsed the fuck out of because my first version of this video was summoning the level 4 and lowers from graveyard. Because that's definitely been done to me when I've played against Infernoid, so I just kind of assumed.
You thought all of them were mini dragon rulers?
Yeah!
They would.
That's been done against me in tournaments, so I assumed that was the case.
If they did that, they would be the best deck of all time. Like,
yeah, unfortunately only the 5 and higher summoned from graveyards.
Yeah. To be fair,
so we quickly errated that video.
When they first came out, I thought Infernoids were the most unfair archetype of all time. But mainly because Crummet sacked me weekly.
Sounds about right, to be honest. I don't think Crummet's ever played a fair deck.
No. And I was playing Shadow at the time, and this was like a hard counter.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, every card being a DD Crow was a hard counter to your Shadow.
I know, right? Crazy.
Alright. We'll go on to the next set of cards to get support.
Not again.
Ice Barriers.
Not again.
Keep it on with the good decks getting good support. We have 4 Ice Barrier cards to talk about.
On the bright side, I love this deck, so we're good.
Awesome. So we've got 3 main deck cards, 3 monsters, 2 of which are the main deck, 1 in the extra deck, and 1 trap to talk about. And honestly, they're quite good. So we'll start with a synchro.
This will be cracked because it's an Ice Dragon, Ice Barrier synchro, and they're all insane.
Yes. I mean, this one doesn't even have Ice Barrier in the name. It has Ice Spirit for some reason. I imagine that'll be changed.
The Ice Spirit, no, it's balance reasons.
Yeah? Okay. This is a level 10 Water Dragon Synchro effect monster with 3300 attack and 2700 defense. The materials, 1 Water Tuner and 1 non-tuner monster, 1 plus non-tuner. You're going to use the first effect of this card's name up to twice per turn. Once per chain, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon 1 Ice Barrier monster from your hand, deck, extra deck, or graveyard. Then you can change 1 attack position monster, 1 opponent's attack position monster to defense position. Second, if this face-up synchro summoned card in its owner's control leaves the field by your opponent, you can special summon 1 Ice Barrier synchro monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. So, thoughts on this?
So I was joking that it's for balance reasons, but it legitimately is, because otherwise it could summon itself.
Oh yeah, true.
So it legitimately is a balance reason. This just summons the floodgates from deck.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yes, so
I can just summon any flood. Like, I can summon Gozen Match. I can summon Rivalry. I can summon Gravity Bind. Like, I can just play one of each floodgate, and I'm accessing whatever one your deck hates most.
Yeah, literally.
All you have to do is summon a monster.
And now you are locked into that monster.
That's it. This is your monster now. Enjoy.
And also, it has the floating effect, which treats it as a synchro summon. So this can just special summon Trish, and it triggers its effect.
Or Trish Ice Zero, which also triggers its effect. Just summon Trish, yeah. Oh, what's that? You cleared it. You somehow outed my floodgate and cleared this. Cool. In a bit. Banish your field.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what? This is the rating right here. What do you rate this card out of 10?
12. Incredible. This is the best boss monster I've ever seen. I love it.
We should probably talk about the materials, though, because it requires a water tuner and a 1 plus non-tuner monsters. So, can you think of another deck other than Ice Barrier that could summon this?
Mermail.
Sword Soul. It's a level 10.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You can summon this off of Long One on its own because the tokens are level 4 water tuners.
I was like, you can't summon this off Long One. Moye's the water, but the token's the tuner. I love this. That's incredible. I'm playing this. Yeah.
Well, we're not quite finished with busted Ice Barrier support, because I will say the next two monsters are pretty good as well. So this is... I'm going to go for Georgius, the Swordsman of the Ice Barrier. It is a level 6 water winged beast tuner effect monster with 2,000 attack and 1,200 defense. You only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one level 5 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your hand or graveyard. 3. Monsters in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate their effects while you control another Ice Barrier monster. So thoughts on this one?
My first thought, this is like the 6th Swordman of the Ice Barrier. Like, they're all called Swordmen. This guy's got a name, so I guess he's different. Secondly, what is this card? Special summon itself, reborn a monster, and they can't use graveyard effects.
Yep. And it's a tuner.
Yeah, this card's insane. This is one card, the guy we've just read. Assuming you've got a level 4 anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, like 1.5 card. But like, Ice Barrier level 4s are good. Isn't... From the structure deck, the level 4 was the good one.
I cannot remember anything about the Ice Barrier structure deck. I deleted that from my mind so quickly, I have to admit.
Yeah, I mean, I've not... It's been a while since I've played Ice Barrier, but I remember they had some good cards in that deck.
Do you want to have a look at the Ice Barrier cards on Dawning Book?
No.
No? Okay.
Like, honestly, we'll be here for years. There's like a million of them.
That's totally fine.
But I remember they've got like a Lone Fire Blossom style thing.
Okay.
And someone who tributes herself to do something, which then you can reborn. Maybe she's the Lone Fire. Maybe she Lone Fires and then you summon this and then you've got 10. I don't know.
That would be cool if that is the case.
I don't know, but this card's crazy. Anyway, this card's like DD Griffin levels are broken.
Yeah, this card is quite ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. And it's just a free body if you control an Ice Barrier. And if you're playing Ice Barriers, you control an Ice Barrier.
Yeah, and it's another floodgate I can
Absolutely
access.
Yeah, just being a
and because I'm actually playing this one, like I want to play this one. So in any format where like Tier is good or BA or something of those ilk, like I'm already playing this card. I'm just going to summon it from my deck.
Yeah, this could be a hard counter to graveyard strategies going forward if there is enough engine that's actually good enough to play. And I think there probably will be after this support.
Yeah, they've got an incredible searcher in this deck. Every spell and trap in Ice Barrier is insanely strong.
Medallion's not a once per turn, right?
No, definitely not. It's just Roa.
Is it for Ice Barriers or level 4 or lower Ice Barriers? Can it search this?
Searches anything, mate. Searches General, who's level 7.
Oh, amazing. So we already have 6 copies of this in the deck as well.
Yeah.
Which is insane. We'll go on to the next card. This is Mirror Magic Master of the Ice Barrier. It is a level 2 Aqua tuner effect monster. So you can make Toad with this if you really want to. It has 1,000 attack and 400 defense. You only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. 1. You contribute one other effect monster, special summon up to 3 Ice Barrier tokens, who are level 1 Aqua Waters with 0 attack and 0 defense, and if you do, increase this card's level by the number summoned. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Water Synchro monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one of your Ice Barrier cards that is banished, or in your deck, to your hand, except for another copy of itself. Thoughts on this one?
Why is every card, like, insane? Summon 3 bodies and make this whatever level I feel like, to make whatever synchro I feel like. Great. Incredible card. Stop there. No. Also, if you synchro this, you can just search any card.
Yes.
And you can get it back from banished if you really want.
Yeah, so this also adds this guy, who we then control Ice Barrier tokens, so we can special summon it and just bring this back.
This card's insane.
Yep. You do get locked into Water Synchro monsters, obviously, but there is quite a few of those. There's not many great ones, but there are some good ones, like the majority of the Ice Barriers.
Coral Dragon.
Coral Dragon as well. Obviously, if you summon 3 tokens, this goes up to a 5. You have level 1 tokens, so you have 8 levels of material.
Is one of the Sword Soul Synchros water?
Not the Sword Souls, but Dragite is, and that is a level 8, and it's a spell and trap negate. So you can summon that just off this, and another effect monster to tribute.
Yeah, see, we've got plays.
What I like about this the most, though, is Gradle Dragon. Remember what Gradle Dragon does?
No. Something with Gradles.
I'll pull up the text, but it's I believe it's a level 8 single.
It is.
Cannot type.
Because you do Slime Junior plus Slime into it.
Yeah, so,
God, look at the artwork.
Pop the
Look at that
text.
card. Oh, yeah.
Why has it gone to tips?
I want the card tips for this card.
This is the gallery. Where's the text?
Uh,
Because they don't have the text on the site.
no, just click the picture. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Aqua, type Tuna, which of course our monster is, and one or more non-tuna monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of water monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. Destroy them.
And every 4.
So it's a pop 4, just on its own.
And then if this dies, you summon any water.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah. So we might actually be seeing Great Dragon
We
being
out,
used
we
in
out
some
here.
form of deck.
We out here. We really be out here.
Out here, popping
Ice
forward
Barrier.
and searching.
Finally, after all these years, this is the support that does it.
Yes. Well, we have one more card to talk about, and this is Frozen Domains Leading to the Ice Barrier. It's a continuous trap. You only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Number 1, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Ice Barrier monster effects. 2, if a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you can return one Ice Barrier monster you control to the hand or deck. Then you can place one card on the field or in the graveyard on the bottom of the deck. 3, once per turn, during your end phase, reveal 3 Ice Barrier monsters with different names in your extra deck or destroy this card. So thoughts on this?
I love Protocol. Like,
Yes.
and I don't know, I guess it's disruption. Wait, you have monster special from your extra deck. That includes with the guy.
Yeah.
So I just summon it. I can summon it, then return it, and then bounce something.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And I can do that
Well, it doesn't even bounce. It puts on the bottom of the
and it's
deck.
twice per turn.
Once per... Well, the guide to summon is twice per
Yeah,
turn.
yeah. But it is the...
Yeah, so you can summon one, put one
Oh,
back.
but the trap's
and
once
then-
per turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the trap is once per turn.
Boo. Could I be balanced?
I like this effect of, oh, we have to reveal 3 Ice Barrier monsters with different names in your extra deck or destroy this card. When I first read this, I assumed it was so this didn't get put into other decks. But all the effects require you to have Ice Barriers. So I'm a bit confused by that.
I don't know. Just so...
My thought was maybe so this isn't splashed in like Sprite or something, because this can search this and it summons tokens, but this locks into water synchros, so I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't see a reason.
I don't see a reason either.
For balance reasons.
Yeah. This is...
Look at all the guys. Like, scroll down. Look how many guys there are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26,
There's 30 main deck monsters. You see why I didn't want to read these?
And Void Trap Hole!
They knew.
Yeah, so what would you rate this support out of 10?
Well, the Infernoid support, what do they call the extra deck in that? A 9?
I think you gave it a 9.
Well, this has got to be like a 15 then. Like, honestly, these cards are all insane. The most cracked cards I've ever seen. Like, this is...
the last time you said this was about Unchained, before Unchained went on to be like a tier 1 deck.
Exactly. Enjoy YCSs in 6 months, you're getting trished.
But yeah, this support all seems insane, to be perfectly
This
honest.
is incredible. I'm going to summon Floodgates from my deck. This is my new deck. We're retiring Flonderies. I'm picking up the Ice Barrier structure decks.
I'm surprised you didn't already buy the Ice Barrier structure decks. It sounds like a you thing to do.
I just think I really thought I was going to do it, and then there was actually just no staples in it. And
There wasn't, was
there was like genuinely 0 staples.
Yeah, just to fit these 30 fucking monsters in.
We might have got Void Trap Hole if we were lucky. I don't remember.
Well, that's not all of the new cards. We've got a few more. Horus. We're continuing with bad archetypes. This is... So remember we read the other Horus cards, which weren't Horus Dragon cards?
Did we read them on this? Was that
I think we read them in the first episode.
okay? I remember they've got a card that's like just mill 4 times a turn.
Yeah. So this is Horus the Black Dragon, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's my guy.
But it's also part of that archetype as well. So this kind of bridges the gap between
Okay.
that Horus and this Horus. So this is Horus the Black Flame Deity. It is a level 8 fire dragon with 3000 attack and 1800 defense. You only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a Horus monster and King Sarcophagus, which was the spell you were alluding to, you can reveal this card in your hand and send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Send one card from the field to the graveyard. 2. If a face-up King Sarcophagus and or a Horus monster other than itself you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effects, you can special summon this card from your hands, then you can send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. So thoughts on this?
Oh, that was the new card, not Eldritch the Golden Lord.
Yeah, this is exactly my thought. This is Eldritch the Golden Lord, but doesn't target.
Eldritch doesn't target, does it?
Is Eldritch not target?
Pretty sure it doesn't target. Because otherwise it'd be a bad card.
Ah, okay. Yeah, this is Eldritch the Golden Lord then.
Yeah, and then it summons from hand. Cool.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't have to send itself, where Eldritch does. You just have to reveal this, and you send one card.
Oh, and then it's still in my hand. I was wondering what the like synergy between the two effects was. It's because I don't discard this.
Yeah, you just discard something else, send something to the graveyards,
Oh.
and you're sending the Horus monsters, which will just summon themselves back for free.
Oh, well, that's cool. I like this. It's a good card.
Yeah. We have a new King Sarcophagus as well. This is the field spell. You're going to use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. This card's name becomes King Sarcophagus while it's in the field zone, and during the main phase you can add one Horus monster from your deck to your hand, then place one card from the hand on the bottom of the deck. And 3, if you activate the effect of Horus the Black Flame Deity, you can draw one card. So thoughts on this one?
This is a really good field spell.
This is a really good
Search
spell,
every turn and draw every turn. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, and it becomes King Sarcophagus, which means it fulfills the condition for this card.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in. We like this.
I think the other Horuses need King Sarcophagus in the field to special summon as well, so this is another copy of that card.
And it means they're not weak to, like, MST.
Yeah, I suppose so. You could have both on the field.
Yeah. Well, they don't die when King Sarcophagus dies. It's not Toons. But
No,
He's a-
but obviously they could just stop your play.
He's a two
Cosmic, your...
definitely two solid cards. This deck is like everyone was like, oh, it's broken. I've heard nothing about it. Like, oh, this is so insane. I've just genuinely I forgot it existed until these cards.
Yeah, they come up with Frolic Guardian, right? No, not Frolic Guardian. That was out a while ago, I feel like.
Is Frolic Guardian not like set free of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, it was set free of Yu-Gi-Oh. What is it? What is PHNI?
Phantom Nightmare.
Phantom Nightmare, that's the one.
Because it's got the Yubel stuff that I still haven't read because I wasn't on that episode.
Well, watch that episode of the podcast then, and you'll know what the Yubel cards do. This effect to draw one is not a once per turn.
Well, that's also true. But like the guy's once per turn.
Yeah, but he has 2 effects.
Yeah.
So you can draw 2 off of this.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Which is quite cool.
Good cards.
Yeah, very good cards. I don't know if it makes Horus playable in its own right. Maybe. But
we like them.
Definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah. We've got Fish as our last cards to talk about today. These are White Aura support. Remember the White Aura Whale and those sort of cards?
I do remember these cards. They're all weird. They all become
we've got more
they all become tuners.
Yes, they do. We've got 4 cards to talk about, 2 main deck monsters, a synchro and a spell. We'll start with the monsters. We'll start with White Sunfish. It is a level 4 water fish effect monster with 1200 attack and 1000 defense. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one level 4 or lower fish monster in your graveyard with the same name as a card you control. Special summon this card, and if you do, special summon that monster. 2, if this card is special summoned in the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner this turn. Thoughts on this?
That's a Kraken control card. That's not like who cares what it does in Archetype. I'm just playing it in Kraken control.
What, for the XZs?
Yeah.
This target's a level 4 or lower.
Yeah, but like I make one, right? I make a rank 4 Bahamut Shark, say.
Right.
And then I just hatch and summon Toad, which I don't think I can do anymore. But say I do that. Or, any good rank 4. And then I bring back something and I make another rank 4.
Oh, right, I see what you're saying. I thought you wanted to bring back the XZ monster with this.
No.
That makes sense.
I want to spam more rank 4s on the board.
That's totally fair. And honestly, this card might see some play in that sort of regard. My first thought was Nimble Angler, because Nimble Angler can summon itself.
Oh, true. Yeah. That's quite cool.
Like, Nimble Angler, summon a beaver and an angler, and we'll special summon this and the angler. We've got 4 pieces of material. We'll go from there.
Yeah, that does something, I'm sure.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a great card, to be perfectly honest.
No, but it's another rank 4 extender fish.
Yeah, and they definitely needed that.
Yeah, because there's not enough of those in the game. There's not like 18 sharks that all do the same thing.
We'll go on to the next card. This is White Sardine. We don't even get a Japanese name for this one, just White Sardine. Level 2 water fish effect monster with 800 attack and 0 defense. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. 1. You can send 1 White Sardine from your deck to the graveyard as cost. Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except water monsters. 2. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner this turn. What are your thoughts here?
They're so boring. Just let us have a sprite card.
Yeah.
Honestly, just give us a sprite card. Like what?
Yeah, why not?
Like it's not like sprite's doing anything.
Yeah, this is literally just a free level 2 body that sends itself. This is like...
Yeah, this would be
so bad.
It'd be such a good sprite card. But no. We have to have a restriction on it. Can't summon...
Yeah, so we can play it in Ice Barriers.
Can't summon Sprint under this. We can't...
No, you cannot.
Can play...
It's half of a Math Mech Circular Salad.
It
sends something from deck to graveyard for cost.
And
it special summons itself from the hand.
And then doesn't search spell and traps.
Yes.
I mean...
This obviously does put a name in graveyards and a name on field for the White Sunfish. That's clearly what the synergy is supposed to be.
Yeah, great. Now I've got... What? Like... 2 level 2s and a level 4.
Yeah. One of them is a tuner, because you summon it from the graveyard.
Great. But I can make...
So you can go
I can make Cradle Dragon!
We're there! We're going to pop 3! And then when Cradle Dragon leaves, we can summon these guys back and they become tuners.
Huge. Massive. Enormous.
Amazing. Probably supposed to be summoning one of these guys, though, I'm pretty sure. This is White Aura Porpoise. It is a level 6 water fish synchro effect monster with 2,000 attack and 1,300 defense. It requires a water tuner and 1+ non-tuner monsters. You only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can special summon 1 monster with the same name from your graveyard. If this card you control is destroyed by your opponent and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. So thoughts on this one?
Right, so 2 card combo. The 2 new cards, because I don't know what the other white auras do.
Okay.
Send Sardine, summon Sardine.
Mm-hmm.
Summon Mambo, summon back Sardine.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, this doesn't work. I've used all my Sardines already. Because I was going to say Synchro 6, reborn the Sardine and reborn the other Sardine, but I've still got one on board. Make Almirage at some point.
Make Almirage. It's special summons.
Yeah. Right, okay, this is, my 2 card combo basically ends on Baron plus a level 2. That's the entire plan here.
It fucking doesn't. We're locked into waters, mate.
Right,
Wait, you were making a level 10 synchro?
Yes! The new Baron.
There.
Baron at home. Baron but cooler.
Baron but a lot cooler.
Yeah, this is the one. Look at that. It's even Econ. Change the opponent's attack position monster to defense. Right. Okay. Hear me out.
Hearing.
We Ibly lock our opponent. And then set this up ready to go. So that if they special summon, we can change the Ibly back to defense.
So, your plan is to give them a monster that precludes them from special summoning monsters.
Yeah.
Just so if they cheat and special summon a monster, we can change the Ibly to defense position so they can't crash the monster, so they can't special.
Yeah, so if we miss the first cheat, we're fine.
I love it. It's the perfect plan.
Anyway, we can summon that, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, this card's good. It's like, you're definitely going to synchro climb. I don't know what we're climbing into, but it's good.
Yeah, this card's fine. It's like it's special summons 2 from graveyard potentially.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to do the sardine thing with summon both sardines back and make it look really cool. But
Yeah.
I've got one on board already because I've already summoned them back. I don't know.
Yeah. There's no real way of.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of other white aura cards I've not read, so there's probably something to do.
Oh, probably. Also, just special summon stuff back. The effect's not lost, but special summon stuff back. So
Yeah, it is.
that's cool. No, it's not. You only use the first effect this card's name once per turn. The reborn if it's destroyed is.
Hey, that one. Yeah, but like if I'm ending on,
The first effect.
if I'm ending on a 2k beta, it's not the vibes, you know.
Probably not. No, but plays around ogre. There we go. This last card is White Reincarnation. It is a continuous spell card. You only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, you can add 1 fish monster that has an effect to treat itself as a tuner from your deck to your hand. Second, once per turn, if your white aura monster attacked, at the end of the damage step, you can have it make a second attack in a row. 3, once per turn, if a level 8 or higher fish synchro monster is special summoned from your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So thoughts on
This card does 2 really funny things. First of all, I'll do. I mean, this card I'm only playing it for the first effect. Maybe the third effect comes up. I don't know, but there's 2 really funny things. One, I can't ash that first effect, can I? Like, because on resolution.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can.
So,
It's the same as Magical Meltdown. Magical Meltdown also does it on resolution.
does it? Does it say when this card resolves? This is new.
It doesn't.
This is new wording.
It doesn't say that, but I think this is just wider organization translation wording.
I think this is new wording.
I've seen it before.
Okay. Well, maybe it can be ashed.
I'm pretty sure some of the field spells on wider organization say when this card resolves.
Okay, because I was hoping this card broke 2 rules at once, like something, like doing something in the damage step, and also can't ash it.
Yeah, no, that'd be funny if this couldn't be ashed. But,
I mean, it's a searcher. This card's good.
it's fine.
I mean, like, I played Tenki. Did I care about the 100 attack boost? No. It's just
arguably these effects are better than 100 attack.
Exactly. It's just Tenki with upside.
Yeah, literally. Except you're searching fish monsters that have an effect to treat itself as a tuner.
Yeah, and Tenki got limited, so clearly this card's ban worthy.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
When the ice barrier white aura meta.
The tier 0 format that
The
Lancia, by the way.
the tier 0.
It's even named after a floodgate.
The tier 0 format that exists in my head. I mean, I'm not here for this.
Yeah, what would you rate all of this support out of 10?
It's like a 6. Like, a 6 is.
You're rating this higher than the Infernoids.
No, it's better than the main deck Infernoids. Like, the Infernoid support
Right.
overall was better because the extract monsters are cracked. But this is a 6, and actually half the reason I gave it a 6 is because, like, 6 sums up how I feel about it, in that it's a number that doesn't matter. And this is, like, you know, like if something's a 6 out of 10, I just don't have any other thoughts. It's just not relevant. And this is 6 out of 10
That's fair.
because for a deck that I just don't care about. Like, I'm going to get Sea Kragged at locals once more a week, I guess. Like, they might crooked cook me and I'll get slightly pissed off. You know? Like,
That's fair. This is the end of the new cards that we need to talk about today. Now all we have to do is talk about tournament results. And we're talking about one tournament, and that is YCS Cancun. Finished last night, and it was won by Fluanda Rees.
based.
Obviously your favourite deck of recent times, at the very least.
It might possibly
And,
of all time.
yeah.
Possibly of all time.
Possibly of all time. Amazing. Yeah, it won. Beating out a whole host of other decks.
We've done it.
And we're going to have a look at all of these lists that are available because they all happen to be different, other than the
The 2 flu list.
Disciples player who got top 16 with Flu
I'm going
as well.
to be insufferable in the group chat for the rest of time. Because nobody else's pet deck has won a YCS. That's it.
Nobody else's pet deck has won a YCS.
No, you know, not the bad pet decks. You know, like Infernoid.
Oh, that's a fair point.
So
I can't think of.
I
Is Lich one of YCS?
no, because there were no YCSs in that format.
Oh no, it was COVID time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Of course it was.
So only my pet deck is one of YCS. So the group chat is gonna.
Oh, Unchained.
It doesn't count. It's got meta support. Flaunderies has been, like it was good literally 2 years ago. How are we still playing this deck?
I think Flunderweeze is going to be the pick for YCS Dortmund, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's the first event that's just after the ban list, so Kashtira's out of here. You get to main deck heavily for Pearly because your Unchained matchup is free.
so it's Pearly, mate.
And Pearly's not free.
Tribute it off. Summon Empen.
Yeah, but like, the Pearly XE does actually have text on it.
Debatable.
What do you mean by debatable?
Well, only if I read it.
Oh, that's a fair point. See no evil fear.
Only if my opponent doesn't believes me that continuous wins affects the player, not the monster. It really depends on the angle you hear. I'm so getting banned from the back of this podcast. I'm never going to a YCS again. Like literally ever.
Okay, well, to avoid you being banned, we'll start talking about the decks, and we'll talk about this Flunderies Lex deck since we are chatting about it.
Look at this is.
What do you think?
This is perfection. This is
free MPen. I love it.
This is the greatest list I've ever seen. Shifter based, never ban it. 3 of the good birds, 1 of the bad birds. The level 4's here. Level 4's great.
Do you think this level 4 is all that amazing?
Yeah, there's more stuff in it.
Yeah, I think I just played a second toucan. Obviously, I didn't win a YCS, but
yeah, we don't have to play second toucan anymore because we're not getting Rise hired. That was the issue.
Yeah,
the
but
issue...
it also has implications around Droll, though, doesn't it?
What, toucan? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but toucan's like my favourite bird, but you just need one. It's so easily accessible.
Ah, that's fair.
Book of Moon, greatest card ever printed. Like genuinely.
Arguably, you could make that.
When you look at, a deck is good when it plays free Book of Moon, free duality. That is the sense of good Yu-Gi-Oh in my mind.
Oh. We were talking earlier, either buy 3-part duality because I don't know what mine are.
If a deck plays duality in Book of Moon, it's like it's a fair deck. Prosp.
I don't know about fair, but good. I'll give you.
And I love the thrust targets. Evenly if you're going second, Feather's done with going first.
Yep, terraforming for engine.
Extra deck, we can skip over that. Not relevant. Doesn't matter.
I was playing a Rysark because I was playing Tactics, which is cool for a Zeus play.
Yeah. I mean that's good. Anima. We've got Zeus lines, but you go into this so rarely.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not
going to show it in this podcast, but have you seen the Disciples Flanders list? They got top 16.
I have not. No.
You know what? Let's just put it up.
I'd say how different is it? Because about 30.
The main thing I want to talk about this one is it's playing 8 pots.
Yeah, based. 2 toucan, as we were just talking about.
Yeah, it's playing the same number of pots as it's playing small birds.
I'm absolutely here for that. Drawing a pot in this deck is insane. Well, if they ash it, you win the game because you've got Rabina map. They don't ash it, you draw Rabina map. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, this list is playing 1 less tribute monster, but I guess it's because we have the consistency of 8 pots.
Yeah. Yeah.
The player talked about how he activated Extrav, they ashed it, so he could activate Prosp because he didn't draw. Which I think is top tier gameplay.
That is hilarious. I used to play Extrav because I was not buying Prosps. But I actually loved Extrav in this deck. But obviously Prosp is better.
Yeah, Prosp is a lot better, and this card should probably be limited.
Very interesting on this list. We're not maining the shifters.
No, we won. His reasoning was...
This list is far more interesting. We should look at this one.
This isn't the one that won, though. You know?
Yeah.
His reasoning for not playing Shifter was that all the decks that lost to Shifter he already had an edge against, and all the decks that he had issues with could play through Shifter.
Yeah, well, that's extremely valid. The only thing that came up during testing for YCS London that I needed Shifter for was Mathmech. Nothing, like, it didn't, like, I reckon we beat Taylor anyway at that point.
What do you think of this extra deck?
Cool. I mean, irrelevant. Again, it looks like we're playing Dogmatic Punishment, but we're not.
We're playing cherries.
Incredible. I love that. I'm a big fan of that. I actually
how do we build the towers? We just get cherries.
I actually considered playing cherries and flew for a while just because I love cherries as a card.
I'm picking up Flu, obviously, as I mentioned before the podcast, and I will 100% play cherries, just to get rid of Noir and Isolde and Rock, because I think it's really funny.
It is really funny, especially Rock. Banishing Rock is really funny.
Yeah, versus just fall apart without Rock. It's just an instant win, which is great.
But anyway, well, I mean, besides the greatest deck of all time, what else happened at this tournament?
Well, those were the two Flu lists. This was the winning one, obviously.
It just looks so clean.
Yeah, literally two Eclipse on the side as well for the main. So we're playing 5 books.
Honestly, the more books you can play, the better. I main 6.
I'm planning.
I was maining.
I'm
6
planning on
books.
maining 6.
I was maining 6 books. It was great. I love it.
Yeah, it just does so much just against party as well. Just stab a phase and flip up the trap. He's face down now, and your board does nothing. So I'll probably side 6 of these because I think party's the hardest matchup for Flu.
That's probably true.
So
but
everything else is free.
Just book it and you win the game.
Yeah. Unchained got top 4, I want to say. Top 8. Not really much else to talk about this deck. We talked about it on pretty much every podcast for the last 3 or 4 episodes.
I'd say this is the same list from last week and the week before that.
Yeah, pretty much. These cards are like 40 quid a copy now in the UK.
The Requiem.
Not on DCG player, apparently.
The Requiem's still really funny. Still love the Vice King. I actually love this engine. I think it would be picked up in other decks as well. This little Zeus engine, because in anything that doesn't need, like to, I don't know. I don't know why it's specifically good in this and nothing else. Because like,
oh, it's because it pops the traps. Because Vice King has the effect that
you can
a DDD monster that was Fusion, Synchro, XE, or Link summoned using this card on the field as a material against its effect. Once per turn, you can target one card in the field, shuffle one Dark Contract from your fields or graveyards into the deck, and if you do, destroy that target. So this is not just a Zeus, it's also a starter, because you can go, this, add this, scale this, special this, go into Deus Ex, use this effect, give it to Deus Ex to pop a trap, which gets your engine on board, and then you also have a Zeus play on top of that.
I mean, yeah, it has good engine requirements, or engine pluses. But like, it just is a good Zeus engine.
Oh, yeah, it just
like,
is.
We could just be playing this 4-card package. There's nothing stopping us.
No, I don't think anything locks you into Fiends or anything, does it?
No.
This locks you into DDD as well as on the field, is the only thing.
Yeah, so we just make, like, as in, like, in a Go second deck, this can just be a Zeus engine.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
And it's interesting that it's come up.
Yeah, Toby made a fun point earlier today where if he plays against Unchained, he might play Gnome Material, just to Gnome Material in the Vice Queen Rec Room, because they get locked into DDDs.
That is hilarious. I really... Marionette might move over. That is the new funniest hand trap.
Oh, 100%. Gnome Material would be so good if it didn't require you to have an empty field.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the biggest problem with this card. The rest of this deck, pretty standard, obviously.
Exciting side deck now. Oh,
We're playing Trouble Study. I don't think that was typical.
What are we making that with? Oh, we're playing Ultimate Slayer.
Ultimate Slayer.
Yeah, okay. And this deck will be impacted because it's losing a Magnum.
So, we also have Branded Chimera. We talked about these cards on the last podcast. I think I told you what these cards do.
I think so.
It got another top. It got top 16. And, yeah, it's a list of cards. Do you know what these cards do?
Yeah, they all summon each other and they all add the fusion, and the fusion does fusion things. And I turn my brain off because I still see Fallen Malbaz in a deck. They all make a guy, and the guy It's like infinite advantage, and I don't remember what the guy does, but it doesn't really matter. We just summon Guardian Chimera, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And get to play a host of non-engine. Obviously, this deck's playing 1, 2. Can we count Driver as non-engine?
I mean, it's not engine. Like,
it's definitely not engine. This is what 3, 5, 7, 10, 16 non-engine pieces here. 17 if you count the call by.
yeah,
I guess if we're counting Driver, we should probably count call by.
but it is in a like 45 card deck, so
Yeah.
12 non-engine spaces if you want to, play a real number of cards.
Yeah. Well, this list is fine. It can activate Brand of Fusion and go off, or it can normal summon Sword Knight and go off.
There's just nothing to say about branded decks. They're just not interesting.
Yeah.
They never have been.
This one plays Arbalenitus, which is really fun for the Dragon Link matchup.
Yeah.
Just set forward a Balbaz and your board's gone.
Got
That's a shame.
Phantasme in the side. That's kind of funny. We talked about this as good against Unchained.
Yeah,
Two-
like especially with other cards.
2 Noblemen because I don't know. We haven't got space for the third. We have now because
Yeah.
Magnum going to 1, so we've got loads of space now.
Like I imagine the Eclipses probably just come out and the crossouts go in and try and dodge hand traps.
I feel like if you're playing crossout, you just want to draw it,
Yeah, we get to play the 1 Gamma, which is fun.
Yeah.
Brand of Fusion, do you want to rash me? Gamma! I don't know what you do with them because you're locked into Fusion, so you can't synchro them off.
They just sit there annoyingly.
Yeah, I guess you could use them as material for a Guardian Chimera, maybe.
Can make Garura.
Yeah. We play Marionette Might. We're also playing the Dim Barrier for the crossout, obviously, going second.
Yeah.
Pretty standard.
It's a deck.
Yeah,
We're still playing.
Go on to the deck we will not see again, Kashtira. Not really much to say about this, really. This is just Kashtira.
Yeah, but it's playing Econ, so it's a cool deck.
Yeah, it's not even on the free Rise Art, which most Kashtira lists are on. We're literally just playing 7 monsters.
Yeah, that's all you need.
By 7, I mean 8.
Yeah,
We can definitely count.
we can count. Yeah, I mean, kind of in a weird way, I'm going to miss this deck.
You're a psychopath.
We get to play Econ, we get to play Lance. These are all hallmarks of a good format in my mind.
This list is playing Utopic Draco Future and Utopic F-Zero.
For
if we have 2 rank 7s on the board.
Well, I guess it's for the mirror if we big eye it.
Oh, true, actually. I didn't think about that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Deck lockdown.
Bumper.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, this is good against something specific. I think it's Unchained.
It would be quite funny if it's against Unchained.
Yeah, its monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck.
Yeah.
Yes, this is for Unchained.
It's actually quite.
It turns off your Theosis. But...
It's quite funny that the floodgate that stops Unchained is literally chaining them.
True, very much true.
2 Judgment. But I don't understand side decks. People don't make sense.
We had to fit in the second Frost.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's 41 cards as well.
This is one of
We just really needed that duster in there.
this is one of the deck lists of all time.
Yeah. 3 Lava Golem. Why not?
Yeah, good card. Play 3 of it.
Yeah.
That's the logic that we should have with side decks. It's a good card to play 3 of them. Did we really need Storm and Cosmic and Duster?
I guess back row is your biggest weakness, right?
I guess so. I'd just be cutting.
Yeah.
I'd be cutting the Storms, playing the 3rd Judgment, moving the Harpies to the side. Boom, 40 cards.
I guess you just know that everyone's on Book of Moon, so you need to be able to remove them, because if not, your Unicorn is not resolving.
I guess that is true.
Yeah. That's cash. We'll never have to see it again. Pearly! We'll have to see this a lot more. This is a Pearly list. It's playing a weird number of books. One Book of Moon, 2 Eclipse.
Designator.
Yeah.
It's just...
One Imperm.
There's nothing interesting to say about these deck lists. Genuinely.
Yeah,
This is
really.
the same list we've been playing since, June or whenever these cards came out. Card for card.
Other than the new XZ, yeah, pretty much. What main deck Nibiru? Unchained?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the non-engine, because that's the interesting part. Because there's no interesting... it's literally just as many of each card as I can play.
a Konami representative obviously went round and told everybody who was playing a 40 card deck was, what about if you mained Feather Duster as well?
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah, just play 41.
Side decks are where these decks become interesting, and like Ultimate Slayer is making a resurgence for some reason, and that's cool. I'm a big fan of them.
We're really in on the side deck for Ultimate Slayer, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could have found some space in the extra deck for that.
Yeah, probably. This list isn't even playing Linger Evo, so like...
I guess maybe we couldn't find space in the extra. I don't know how you side in 2 extra deck cards.
Like Slacker Magician. It was like, isn't Fugo just better?
Yeah, it's a weird extra inside, but
maybe it's for. I was gonna say maybe it's for Gozen match, but
I think it's for lore reasons because it's the same woman.
the Slacker goes into damage.
Yeah.
I guess you can under Gozen match go into Slacker or into Zeus, which you can't with Fugo.
That is true. Maybe that's the reason. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know what the Slayer is for, really.
I
guess
they can't respond. Like, it doesn't out towers the Noir.
No, I guess it's for the Unchained XYZ
or for a Rise Heart. Oh yeah, for Unchained makes sense.
Yeah,
yeah, because you can out the entire board.
Oh, I see. So it's Slayers sends this to get rid of the link.
Yeah.
And you send this to get rid of the XE.
Yeah. So
that clears the whole board.
It clears. Yeah,
sense.
Slayer clears the whole Unchained board, and it's a card that people actually own, unlike Marionette might.
And you can search off Frost.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Pearly. Our next list is Rika. I still don't know what these cards do, I'm not going to lie.
I watched enough of, what's it called, Master Saga, to know what they do. I mean, they haven't got the Fury.
Yeah, I know this guy is full combo.
They haven't got the Fury on bits. But I know what those cards do. I know what Regulus does.
1 Regulus, 3 Lily Borea. Well, this just searches Regulus, right? That's all this card does.
Searches Colosseum, right?
Spell a trap. So yeah, so you search this Colosseum and this Colosseum searches Regulus.
Yeah. And then the Ricker's tribute off your opponent's stuff and add stuff back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're on the main deck, Herald the Abyss, for the Pally matchup. It's cool.
Is it not actually because we're just maining our cross-out targets? Because we've got the one Kurakara in there as well.
I think this is for Frost, right? Surely.
Oh yes, it might be for Frost. That makes sense too.
Yeah, we just made this to add the Pally XE. And then... Are we even playing crossover?
No, we're not. I don't know why we have the one Kurakara in a 45 card deck. Is it?
Oh, it's because we're playing Small Worlds, which can be searched for Frost as well.
Okay.
To get into Kurakara.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because this obviously outs a Rise Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Side deck, also on the Ultimate Slayers package.
It's apparently a thing that everyone was doing at this YCS.
Yeah,
it's more.
We're also playing 1 Spiritual Water Art Owie.
That's fun. I'd like hand looping is funny. I don't know what water we end on, but I'm sure one of these is the water. Oh, the Reekers.
All the Reekers of water, so you get the Thrust for it going fast.
Oh, it doesn't say tribute.
Yeah.
So can't we tribute our opponent's crap? Isn't that what Rika does?
Only if it's a water though, right? Like it has to be.
I guess it has to be a legal target, yeah.
Where's Cancun? If you would tribute a plant monster, you can
to activate
a Rika card effect.
Okay.
Yeah, so no. But just making sure I didn't have Rika written in there somehow.
Spirica art.
Yeah, but no, you just grab it off Frost as a going first thing, just to rip a card out of hand.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
just playing 6 slots for this engine because we're really scared of Unchained.
We just all are, apparently. It's just a thing. Apparently we have 6 slide deck slots for Unchained.
Oh, and in Flu, we could have a lot more if we wanted to.
When Flu, we could just stick all the targets in the extra deck anyway.
Exactly. We could play Cherries and Slayers targets.
That's true. Like, we can actually just side Cherry Slayers and have the extra deck be the targets already.
Yeah. Except, like, Flu has the freest Unchained matchup in the history of free matchups.
Oh, yeah, we don't need it for that, but...
Yeah.
For anything else.
What if this guy? I don't know what this is for.
That's probably a floodgate. Haven't read it, but...
It's MST.
Oh, it's Archfiend Eccentric.
yeah.
But probably searchable because it's a plant.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but like it's
Off of the link to.
like it's been €2, and I've refused to learn how this deck works. And
Oh no, I didn't know how
and
these cards.
that's partly why I want it banned, because I don't want to like at this point it's sunk cost. I don't want to learn what these cards do because I've accepted they're going to get
then
banned.
they will get
because they've
banned.
won Euros twice, so they must get banned. But
Yeah,
it keeps happening.
This deck will stay forever. Speaking of decks that will stay forever, Dinosaur got a top this set.
Yes.
Top 32. This is the dinosaur list. This is literally just a dinosaur list.
If you said to me, imagine a dinosaur list, the only surprise here is Dark Hole. If you said to me in 2017, imagine a dinosaur list, the only surprise is the vanilla.
Well, do you know what concerns me about this list?
What?
We're not playing the new spell. We're not playing the fucking pop a Makai in hand, add a dinosaur. We're still playing Xeno and Frostosaurus.
Well, we couldn't afford it because there's all cards from 2017. Like
we just saw that these two were rares in the set, and it was like, yeah.
The only cards we've bought since 2017 are Baron and that card.
We even playing Borrelsword. We don't even have access code.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's in the side deck? Any new cards? Bestials, which are like 2 pence. Drolls, which we own. So literally, you could go to any 2017 players, jank, and build this minus prosps.
You could play this in 2017 minus the Xeno Meteorus,
The prosp and the Baron.
Yeah,
That's if you
quite literally.
This is just dinosaurs. It's just
Yeah.
pure unadulterated dinosaurs.
Here's Ultimate Conductor Tyranno on the beach,
Well, that's exactly.
having a fun old time.
What's your game plan? Summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Why are you doing that? Because it's a good card.
Yeah, exactly. So you all playing Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Bet.
Oh, I'll just play Book and Moon the deck. I mean,
Crazy.
it's probably good.
We're playing the Lithogasms. That's cool for dino lists. A lot of dino lists at top don't play this card anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why, because it's like a plus at infinite, but
Yeah, well, this topped, and it was good.
congratulations, Victor.
Manuel. You did bits.
For your congrats on your 2017 deck.
We have one more deck to talk about, and that is Rescue Ace.
My
Yay.
favourite.
Um,
If you thought I was
this
excited
is the
about Pearly,
Ibley version.
this is the Ibley version, but we play one Ibley. Because
Yes,
we're going
that is exactly.
because we're going to Nightmare Mermaid it out of our deck, are we?
There's a way of accessing it, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, it's Small World. Who cares? Like, we'll just say it's Small World. Prosp. Yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah, but maybe that is the plan. Just I want to hard draw it.
No, it's probably. We can gigantic sprite for it. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, here he is. Yeah, we make gigantic sprite.
I looked at the extra deck and I was like, there it is. It's Nightmare Mermaid, but in a different colour.
Yeah, this is Rescue Ace. Interesting things to know about this list in terms of spells and traps. It's playing both the spells, unlike MBT, like you mentioned last week.
Congrats, he's read that. I mean, right, I've never understood this. They spell race, right?
Yeah.
How does he not notice he's missing one? Man's playing RCE and going, yeah, that seems right. Yeah.
Well, speaking of spells and traps, there is one that they are missing, and that is Reinforce. They're not playing. A lot of people have started cutting it. It's not even in the side deck. We're playing 2 time cards here. One in the extra and one in the main deck.
Well, if we draw and we draw, and if we don't draw it, we have one in the extra. I don't.
Incredible. Playing Lords of the Heavenly Prison for Lightning Storm.
I guess, we're playing the main deck one because we can Small World for it. But if we don't see it or Small World, we'll just somehow get 2 level 4s on board.
Right. You're going to have to explain to me why we're playing the one-dimensional barrier.
It's for Crossout.
Is it?
Yeah, we were playing Crossout.
We're playing 2xEs.
Yeah, but they're really important. We really don't want. No, it's for time.
It's for Cowboy.
It's for Cowboy. It's for time. They're really important.
For when we're going second into time and our opponent has set up a dimensional barrier.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Crazy. Yeah, definitely. This list is boring.
They're all boring, Jack. They've all been.
Excuse me. We had True King Dino.
Like, this is the only. Oh, sorry, there's two interesting ones. Flunderies.
Oh, what has opened? This is the good Flunderies list. Yeah, we had this. This is fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is the fun list.
Yeah. And everything else was pretty fucking dull.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of the episode.
That is. Yu-Gi-Oh's boring.
Yeah.
Give me some deck building
Yu-Gi-Oh's
choices.
boring. Here's Great Dragon. We hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you in the next episode.
Alright, bye.